I think you've probably hit on the key word there, and that's complexity. Because we offer a very broad variety of content management solutions, we operate kind of in many areas of the ecosystem. As an example, we have content management systems for broadcasters so that they can manage all their video, digital asset management resources. They can manage all those video files, if you will. And that's a substantial part of the market for us. At the same time, in the government regulatory area, we have many customers who are government agencies. And finally, we have companies that use sort of the media as outlets. So, as an example, many of the Fortune 5000, the top organizations in the world, use OpenText software to operate and run their websites. Digital asset management, again, is a very complex and wide-reaching type of operation. So what we're seeing today in the marketplace is a set of drivers that are both policy and technical oriented. So we've got an operation, if you will, that might be regulated from a broadcast media standpoint, but also would be profit oriented, if you will. So one example, of course, is BBC, in which they're trying to monetize the vast archive of all the video media that they have. There are, and that's sort of two ends of the spectrum. In one end, the commercial aspects are trying to monetize the digital assets. And so to do that, you need an efficient way to organize and ultimately to deliver those. On the other end, you have governance, regulatory compliance areas that require a very close and coordinated management of those digital assets. One of the things that's very interesting about this conference is our exploration in some of the sessions of sort of cross-border delivery, if you will. So there's a huge amount of regulatory requirements and intellectual property considerations when you deliver digital assets across the borders and in different languages. One of the things that we're providing to the operators and the broadcasters is a way to tether their digital assets. We're not specifically concerned about a free-for-all or net neutrality, but what we do see is a great concern from our customers. And so providing them the opportunity to control their rights for digital assets and at the same time proliferate those across the borders and across different customer sets allows them to monetize those investments in a greater audience. Our customers are the top organizations and entities around the world. So that includes government agencies, it includes academia, and it includes obviously large corporations, primarily in this case broadcasters, but also the users of broadcast, if you will, the advertisers. So that would include top organizations in government, in oil and gas and energy, financial services, and other large industrial segments. There's a great concern about these important and valuable digital assets from the government's standpoint for cultural preservation, but also for in and around the area of valuable films and important digital assets for the private sector. Some of these systems for digital asset management are very, very complex. We're working with major governments, as I mentioned earlier, around the world, and their requirements are substantial. We have a big arm, hundreds, if you will, of professional service content experts who help devise and deliver the types of taxonomies and nomenclature that's required to organize this vast amount of data. The market for digital asset management and enterprise content management continues to expand fairly substantially and rapidly. There are two areas that are of real interest to us and that we're delivering solutions to. One, of course, the impact of social media is pervasive, and we're delivering, for example, ways to use social media so that governments can better collaborate. So as an example, we were part of the consortium to deliver the organizing software for social media for the G20 conference, and we continue to work with the governments around the world to manage all that information, delivering the kind of capabilities for the organization in the G20. The second area, very important, that we see is the organizing that vast amount of digital media. And to do that, you need a way to understand it, if you will. And so we've embarked upon an effort to deliver semantic navigation and content analytics for this segment of the market. One of the things that's fascinating about the social networking revolution, if you will, is that categorization and the understanding of the digital media actually increases from the fact that the users are adding value to the content as it moves through a process.